This is the subject of Coach Calls It this week, and it's, what word would you use to describe it? Controversial, quite interesting?
Well, for me, it wound up being interesting and a chance to learn something, because my reaction...
Educational, if you will.
Right. My reaction was the same as Todd Blackledge, which we're going to show the call here in a second. It looked like it was clearly pass interference. So when Mark tweeted us and asked us the question, this is a little bit off the rail, right? We usually do scheme. I thought it was a great opportunity. So I've spent a couple of days researching.
Because we're still trying to learn about exactly why there was no call. So first, let's show it as you saw it while you were watching the game. Full sound. Go ahead and roll the play.
Well, he was looking for Westerkamp, and Westerkamp got knocked down. I'm not sure how that doesn't get called. Westerkamp got collided with as the ball was in the air by T.J. Watt.
Okay, so now, Jerry, you spoke with Big Ten coordinator officials Bill Carolla. What did you guys discuss?
Okay, so here you see Westerkamp at the top of the screen. He's going to do a skinny post. Rick, I'll get to Bill in a second. Here you see T.J. Watt. He's going to go drop deep right where Westerkamp is running the skinny post, and that's where the problem starts. So let's run the play. Okay, you can see there's a collision there, and that's what we're going to talk about on the back end of this.
No question there's contact.
No question there's contact. Exactly right. So let's watch it. Now, Westerkamp's to the right. You obviously can't see him. T.J. Watt is in the red circle. Now, there is contact. The question becomes, why is there contact? The official call in the game said there was contact because Westerkamp stopped running his route. So we're re-racking it here. It's certainly a judgment call, right? There's no doubt. There's no doubt there's contact. Whose fault is it that there's contact is really what it comes down to. The official's judgment was that if Westerkamp would have continued to run and T.J. Watt ran into him, then it would have been T.J. Watt's problem, not Westerkamp's problem. Okay, the other thing is, look where the ball is. Tommy Armstrong obviously thinks that Westerkamp is going to that spot. All right, so the issue becomes, did TJ impede Westerkamp from going to that spot? In the judgment of the official, no. In the judgment of the official, there was a defender behind Westerkamp. TJ was dropping in front, and Westerkamp kind of choked it down, put on the brakes, so you couldn't hold TJ responsible for that contact. In the official's opinion, is if Westerkamp would have kept running where the ball was going and TJ made contact, then it would have been pass interference and it would have been TJ's fault. So I know this doesn't make the Nebraska fans feel any better, and they may still disagree. But what Mark did by tweeting to us, I learned something. I would have thought that was clearly pass interference. I talked to Bill Carolla for a couple days now, supervisor of Big Ten officials, and he explained that issue. So in my opinion, Rick, I think it was.
So let me just clarify this, though. It's not a matter of whether Westerkamp could have gotten to that ball had Watt not impeded him, had not Watt been in the way. That's not taken into consideration here, right?
Right. Well, they couldn't tell if Watt was in the way because Jordan stopped running, right? So if Jordan Westerkamp would have continued to run towards where the ball was...
So the referee is saying if he runs full speed, the contact may not have ever occurred, period.
Or if it occurred, it was TJ's fault.
Okay, so then he can definitively throw the flag and say he was running his complete route, you got in the way, but because of the way that it was run, he couldn't say that one way or the other.
And again, it's a judgment call, but at least I feel better about the judgment having it explained to me.
And I will say, it was a big story. We may have been doing the highlight for 35 seconds before my Twitter started to light up on the final drive on Saturday night saying, how are you guys not diving deep into this? Sometimes it takes a couple of days to really get the true answer. We wanted to make sure we did exactly that.
And if I was Todd Blackledge doing the game, I would have said the same exact thing.
Absolutely.
I got to tell you, Rick, I've been on the sidelines for the last 5 or 6 weeks. I was on the sidelines for Illinois and Minnesota, and there was a targeting call. It was a vicious hit on the Illinois receiver. I don't know how the officials make those decisions that quickly. You absolutely...
The hit on Malik Turner, yes.
On Malik Turner, you absolutely need replay. So things happen so fast. But to the officials' credit in this game, he said right after the game or right after the play, the reason I didn't throw the flag is because Westerkamp choked it down. So he knew it from the beginning. I don't think any of us did.
It's fascinating. Our good friend Glenn Mason has long called for one rule change. He wants a coach to be able to throw one challenge flag a game on a defensive pass interference call. You know it would have been thrown there by Mike Riley. The question is, when they reviewed it, what would the result have been?